Okay, so hi, my name is Amna,
My name is Han.
Hi, I'm Katie.
and our group researched the impact of TikTok on consumer behavior. To start off, the components of our final report, the main takeaways included one, that social media, notably TikTok, does have an impact on consumer behavior and shopping trends. Number two was that the study helped us understand Gen Z's shopping preferences, brand discovery habits, and overall their purchase decisions within the TikTok environment. And then finally, the findings from this research will help guide brands and TikTok in refining their marketing approaches to improve consumer information and the satisfaction of the platform. And our research objectives were one, to investigate how sponsored videos impact Gen Z engagement and purchasing on TikTok. Number two, examine how TikTok fosters shopping trends, brand discovery, and promotion. Number three, to understand the factors um, affecting brand credibility and trust among Gen Z on TikTok. Number four, to evaluate the impact of sponsored versus unsponsored content on Gen Z purchase decisions. And then finally, to identify the demographic and psychographic segments in Gen Z TikTok users to understand their shopping behaviors. And these are our null and alternative hypotheses. And the significance of this was for hypothesis one, we learned that TikTok's unique features like the For You page revolutionized brand discovery because it curated for the user, and it emphasized the need to understand the impact on consumer behavior and digital marketing. For number two, we said that understanding the influence of sponsored and unsponsored videos helps us on purchase decisions, which is crucial for brands to refine their TikTok marketing. For hypothesis three, the significance was that psychographic factors help us dive deeper into audience engagement, which allows brands to create relatable content that enhances loyalty and promotes long-time retention. For our fourth hypothesis, the significance was that sponsored content may lack authenticity compared to organic content, which influences credibility. And the significance of hypothesis five was that TikTok trends drive sales through extensive reach through viral videos and helps with user engagement and making sales increase.
Okay, so for our summary of literature review, for TikTok, it dominates force in digital media, particularly among Gen Z. And then second, merger with Musical.ly in 2018 transformed TikTok into a global platform, reshaping digital habits and preferences. And the third, for short form video trend, reshaping content consumption habits. And then fourth, TikTok role as an information source, its rapid information sharing and virality, amplifying market and brand attention. And then for user satisfaction, crucial for platform sustainability, influenced by factors like self-expression, information discovery, and social connections. And then for the methodology, we were able to gather information from our interview by interviewing students from Cal Poly Pomona campus. And as for our survey, we were able to send a link to acquaintances that would be able to help with our research. And then we conducted our research with a diverse group of students across Cal Poly Pomona campus to gather a broad range of perspective. So we had Omna interview students in the CBA building, and then we had Henry interview in the engineering building, and then I was able to interview students near the library. And I thought that this strategy enabled us to include a wide variety of viewpoints in our study. And then our study specifically targeted Gen Z, which guided our decision on who will be part of the study. And we thought it was a good idea to interview students from Cal Poly Pomona because they're more likely to have Gen Z students. And then we gathered and examined our information through an online survey tool because it allowed us to reach many respondents. And then these were some of the questions that we asked. And then for question 17, We asked, when making purchase decisions, do you prefer sponsored content or organic content? And most of the respondents said organic content. And then for question 13, when browsing TikTok, how often do you come across sponsored content? And we had most people respond multiple times a day.
Okay, so just a quick overview of data analysts. So for the most part, in our surveys and interviews, we found that TikTok is, for the most part, really effective at influencing the shopping habits of Gen Z. This is primarily because it shows them a lot of like personal or personalized content that they're more likely to enjoy and watch. Also, from what we've noted as a group, users, they tend to prefer ads that feel real and trustworthy. So they like it when promotions often include genuine reviews as well as experiences. And then moving on, influencers are more important for the most part, according to other people at promoting products, but their content shouldn't necessarily seem too much like an ad. That's why we asked in the survey whether or not they wanted sponsored or organic content. And for the most part, they ended up choosing organic content. And moving on to the next slide. So as for our discussion on TikTok's influence, for the most part, it's key in helping Gen Z discover new brands. So basically when brands post content that aligns with Gen Z's values, they're more than likely to remember and engage with the brand. And of course, although paid ads impact what Gen Z buys as well as their consumer decisions, what pretty much like they, at the end of the day, they tend to really value a lot of like honesty in the advertisements. And so brand, of course, they need to try and create posts that feel sort of like genuine and reflect the real life experiences to build like trust and encourages or yeah, to build trust and encourage purchases. Next slide, please. And then as for strategic recommendations, here you guys can see there's a plethora of options that we chose. But for the most part, the three of us, we decided to mainly choose four. And so the first one is to basically market effectively on TikTok brands. Brands, they need to like focus on being genuine as well as relevant. They also need to work with influencers as well as help make a brand seem more credible. And then basically, I would say they need to be more transparent. So they have to be clear cut and honest in their communications and make sure that their ads sort of like fit with what Gen Z expects. So this is pretty much just content that feels real and relatable to a lot of what Gen Z's expectations are. And then lastly, it's of course important to or for brands to participate in TikTok trends to stay relevant as well as connect with Gen Z's interests.
Okay, so for our conclusion, the most important part of the research was understanding how influential TikTok ads are. And it is essential to explore this influence in depth. And also a key of discovery from a study revealed that the majority of respondents were ambivalent to TikTok ads, neither trusting nor distrusting them. And then reflecting on our research, we were all able to gain insights into profound influence that TikTok exerts on its users. Some findings were surprising while others aligned with our expectations. And the process of conducting in-person interviews with students on campus, it was more easier than we have expected. And then this direct engagement provided us with deeper understanding of the students' perspective. And thank you. And these are our citations. Thank you.